All right, so now I want to talk to you about the importance of having a morning routine. I cannot express how this has changed my life over the last 5 or 6 years. So I developed a morning routine about 5 years ago, and to this day I've stuck into that routine. It's been one of the most impactful things I've done that have allowed me to build my empire. So if you already have a morning routine, I'm just gonna kind of express mine. If you don't have one, I want you to take some bits and pieces of what I'm about to show you and add them to your life. So first thing I do every single morning is I wake up between about 5 and 7 a.m. I don't use an alarm clock. I haven't in years. And the first thing I do is I read, okay? Big on getting the mind ready for what you're about to take on, which is warfare out here. It's a war. All right, and your mind is most impressionable when you first wake up. All right, you wake up and a lot of people just grab their phone. That's the worst thing you can do. You don't want to check your Instagram. You don't want to be checking emails. You don't want to be reacting to the day-to-days of life right away. This is your time, okay? So I read, and I read something usually spiritual, and then I follow it up with something business related because I know I'm going to be doing business throughout the day. So that's for about a half hour. I try to read about 30 to 40 pages per morning. All right, and then that sets the tone for the rest of the day. So then I get up and I shower, and while I'm showering, I'm also listening to something motivational. I may be looking at one of my own speeches or listening to one of my own speeches, or I may just be listening to some very uplifting music. Once again, I'm compounding on what I just did when I woke up from reading. So now I'm in a great state of mind. All right, after that, I immediately go and I meditate, okay? And this ranges anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on the deepness of my meditation, just depending on what type of vibrations I'm getting from the universe at that time. So I go ahead and meditate, all right? Then I eat breakfast, okay? Breakfast is very important. I eat my breakfast. At this point, I have not touched my phone. I have not touched my phone yet. I want to enjoy every single moment that I'm having with my food and enjoying everything that's coming in to me. And this is when I make some of my best decisions is during this time. After eating, I do then check my phone, okay? And then I do some of my most important work during that time. I go through my calls, I look at a few emails, I respond to anything that may be of the utmost importance at that moment. But anything before that, I don't touch my phone. It's not that important, okay? A lot of the things that people press upon you, a lot of the obligations that people try to press upon you aren't that important at that moment. They can be handled after you get yourself together. All right, from there, I go and I work out, okay, because it's very important to work out, all right? And that pretty much just sets up my day. And from then on out, I handle the rest of the things that I have to do throughout the day because I've already attacked the day. So what I mean by getting a lot done before most people wake up, it doesn't really necessarily mean you're doing mundane tasks or your work, and it means that you actually have gotten a lot done within yourself, okay? And if you compound on this and you do this consistently every single day, you will start to see drastic changes in your life, all right? Now, you may be saying, hey, well, I don't have the time. No, you do have the time. What you have to do is if you cannot take an hour to yourself in the morning, an hour and a half, you just need to wake up earlier. You may need to go to sleep later. You have to figure it out. We all have 24 hours. You got to figure out how can you plug your hour or your hour and a half of power where you need to get within yourself and set yourself up to be a producer in the world every single day. You got to figure out how you can get there. That's not something I can tell you. At one point in my life, I used to wake up, touch my phone, get right to it, and I thought I was grinding. I was sadly mistaken, okay? It was doing more hurt than it was good. So when I adapted this routine, it allowed me to become a little bit more grounded in the presence of everyday life, a little bit more of a producer, a lot more of a producer, a lot more grounded, excuse me. Let me not be subtle with it, okay? It allowed me to take my life to an entirely different level. And then you start to recognize that certain things just don't make sense and certain things just aren't that important. And then you start to realize that you are important and you have to fill your glass every single day so you can go out and pour into the world, all right? Because there's greatness and there are special things that you need to understand that are just certain ways you got to restructure and reverse engineer your life to bring out, all right? Peace.